morning, everyone. So transforming, let's start the session. I think I see number of attendees coming up now. So let's start today's session, that is transforming your product development with SolidWorks Cloud Solutions. So today's agenda, when I talk about what exactly is a platform, introduction to platform, and we will see what exactly is a platform. People talk about platform everywhere, but what exactly is platform is all about. And then we'll see what exactly 3D Experience platform is all about and what are the things that you can do, whether it is project management, engineering designs, and even your lifecycle management. 3D Experience pretty much has it all. So let's today jump into the topic. When I talk about the whole spectrum of SolidWorks, we have a range of solutions, whether it is design, sorry about that, designing and innovation, product and project management, and then we have the product engineering and design validations. So with the new 3D Experience platform, we've given the flexibility of taking your cloud-based applications to the to another level where you can organize amongst your peers and make it more usual. So let's start with the basic trend. How exactly does this cloud-based CAD or mobile access CAD does? There was a survey that we done recently, and we saw this is the growth potential for the CAD market. When I talk about it, as we progress, it's not only just about the CAD market. When I talk about in general, people have started using technology extensively. Today, even if you want to book something like a milk, we can book it through an app and everything gets it. Tomorrow morning, we get it delivered to our doorsteps. So that is the technological access that we are talking about. And with the CAD solutions, people are also pretty much expecting the same lines. And 3D Experience, SolidWorks has taken the first step of creating those solutions to the customers where they get the easy access. So when I talk about customers, so when I talk about today's scenario, are they your customers? So you work on different applications, whether it could be Slack for your communication, Skype or a Facebook for your normal day-to-day social collaborations that you do. Then you have your design tools. You do number of design tools, no doubt about it. Each company has their own variant. Like for example, some company would use an AI, or someone would extensively use DAppSite for a DAppSite for 2D, and then we have SolidWorks for using the 3D CAD. Then the data management, again, this is another ocean that we can talk about. But when I talk all these lingos of a person in a company working, he has to work on different silos. That's the biggest problem today. You are pretty much broken up with the communication link with each other. With all this, is there a solution where I can bring all the data, the applications that what you saw there? Can I unite it up in a single platform where it can give us a complete solutions, end-to-end solutions? So welcome to the 3D Experience platform. This is what 3D Experience platform does. See, it enables all the disciplines from the management to the field teams, or it could be even from your housekeeping department to your top management. You can connect through the 3D Experience platform. And not only that, you have the option of connecting your entire business operations inside this platform. So what do I mean by entire business operations? Whether it is a data management tool, product designing, or communication system, you name it, 3D Experience has the applications, relevant applications for you built in that would help you to do that. So for that reason, 3D Experience has given more than, it's not just a regular 3D CAD, it's going to be more than a gateway to your 3D CAD. So when I say that, you're going to see that in the further slides, that why 3D Experience is going to change the game, what you're seeing with the regular CAD applications. Now, when I talk about the portfolio, it is basically divided by 4 categories, that is collaboration, design, then PLM and simulation. As I said earlier, collaboration is for your daily operations. You can do converse with each other, or you can have your own Facebook inside your company through the 3D Swim, and then you want to have a data analytics. Yes, we do have a tool that can read all your Excel sheets and present them in a graphical interface, that is your metric readers inside the collaboration. And we have a different apps, as I said earlier. Then we have the design applications. In design applications, we have the xDesign and xShape and SOLIDWORKS connector. That is to connect your existing SOLIDWORks to the cloud platform. And when I talk about the PLM, again, this is also solutions that inside 3D Experience platform for the company that goes on, who wants to implement PLM on their premises, or it could be on cloud with the help of minimum hardware. PLM is the best go-to solutions that we have inside the 3D Experience platform. Then we have the analysis that can be done on the cloud and on premises that we'll showcase it in further webinars. But today I thought I'll just brief you about that. So when I talk about 3D Experience platform, it is not like your regular CAD that you talk about licensing and nothing. Here it is completely divided by roles, apps, and dashboards. What do I mean by that? When I talk about roles, so each of your individuals based on your requirement. When I say a designer, for example, if he wants to work on 3D Experience platform, not only he requires the collaboration app, but he also requires some of the design application apps. So those kind of roles are being assigned to the designer. Then, for example, a marketing guy. For him, CAD license doesn't really make any sense. For them, a separate role can be defined with the help of the collaboration apps that we have that can make his marketing research material into a graphical usage, metric readers, what we call it. And then we have a few of the other applications. So for example, viewing the 3D models on the cloud without even installing anywhere. So this could be a very useful tool for the marketing and the sales team. So where they can collaborate with your technical team in depth and making sure that there is no communication gap or there is no problem with viewing the files. For that, that is also defined through your roles. And then when I talk about and then you have the applications. As I said earlier, for each roles, you're going to set a set of applications for each of the platform, each of the roles, so that they can perform their task, diligent task that is being assigned to them. They can do it more easily than ever before. And SolidWorks has a dashboard where you can unify your entire organization in a single dashboard. If you have already worked on some of the user-based dashboards, you would have seen some of the dashboards by now, whether it could be the COVID dashboards or some of the other dashboards, Amazon dashboards, where you just go and log in and place the order. Similarly, you can do the same thing with your own company, people, where you can place your design applications at one place, and you can place one particular application where in one particular tab where the entire team can look into the model on the cloud. So these kind of things can be done. So this is where I say that the building blocks of 3D platform. So what is collaboration? When I talk about collaboration, we are working with someone, create something, and it should be accessible at everywhere. At the same time, it should be more easy and convenient for each and every one of them. So this is about the collaboration part. So let's take a scenario over here. Today, I'm just going to explain a few of the scenarios that with a scenario, I'm just going to give you a rough idea, I can say, about the 3D experience. Here we have Pete, the project manager, then Debbie, the designer, and then Don, who's going to be the designer as well, who's going to work on the concept design stage. Then you have the Adam, who's the analyst part of it. So he's going to be working on the analysis part. So let's see how exactly 3D experience will help each of the roles over here to take their work, daily work, or take KRAs that can help their KRAs with the applications that we have. Now let's start with the Pete. Pete is the guy who's going to manage the project. So anything starts from Pete, right? He's going to give the inputs to each of the members. He's going to assign the task. So with Pete regularly logs inside the SolidWorks 3D Experience platform. So he logs inside the 3D Experience platform, and he can see the dashboards and everything. And so once he sees the particular monitor stand that needs to be designed, he views it on the cloud. He checks it. This is the design that he needs to go for it. He zooms, zooms out, and zoom in, zoom out. You can do that zoom in, zoom out option as well inside your 3D Experience platform. You can see that easily. Now, once that is done, next comes your marketing research. See, this is again the NetWipes reader that he uses, where he wants to check what is going on in the latest market. So for him, Pete is very much important because he's the guy who's going to design the project. So what he does next is going to seize few of the concepts from the competitors or from his team members earlier that has been done. So now he conveys the same thing to his team members, that there is a project that needs to be assigned to him, to the entire team members. So with the community app, he does that. So he goes to the community, posts the first queries, the concept design stage, what are the concepts that he needs to do it. So those things he just puts it up. And one of the designer, Don, as I told you, he's the concept designer. He does this through the story. He shares a story saying that this is the concept that he did it with his hand sketch. So now Pete pretty much gives the go ahead for this, but he wants to see a real model. So that is something that Pete will see the concept, how exactly the concept really works. So for that, he agrees for creating the initial content that he needs to have, and that can also be updated on the go. So you don't need to have your conversations through a mail that needs to be done. So for this, he needs to create a project. So what does Pete do? First, he creates a project, and so that there is a proper roadmap for this project. Any project for that matter, we need a proper roadmap, right? So we create a project, and he's going to start creating the tasks. And he also adds the members to it who's going to be part of this project. So here again, I have the option with a project collaborator option where I can add people to my particular project who's going to work on it, and I can set their permissions as well, whether he's going to be the author of that project or not. And then I'll just set the deadlines here. What will be the deadlines for this particular project? Maybe here I'll just, the lingo says that milestone. So with that, the first sign off, when is the first sign off? Is it going to be possible? That is something that Pete is going to mention that, and this is going to be the fixed one. There is no going to be no backup on this, or there's no two ways about it. That's what he sets it up over here. And now coming back to the task. Now the project deadline is set. So what about the task? The next thing is he needs to set the task. So each of the members over here will be assigned with a task. Sorry about that. Yeah, with each member, they'll be assigned with a task and with the deadlines as well. So you can see here, which each task, you can see who's going to be working on that particular task. And in case if you want to add the attachment of the files, project files, that can be added in the task itself, making it more like a one-stop solutions for the guy who gets the task, that everything is being devised over there itself in the presented. So now that is done. So he sets up one more task. So there are a few more tasks which is being created. And the best part about the project collaborator is it doesn't stop there. You can link your one task to another task. So is there a way I can define why is it required? So one person might be dependent, one particular task could be dependent on the other task. So that dependencies can also be directed over here with just a few clicks. And as soon as the person who completes this task, the person who's been dependent on this task gets a notification that his task is pretty much started, and this is the deadline that he needs to do that. And this is where the project planner 3D experience literally takes the game to the next level when it comes to the project planning. It completely automates each and everything. Usually people were doing this in an Excel sheet, but with the present process, it has been simplified with the 3D experience app. Now Debbie takes over. Debbie is the designer who's going to work on that. We have a new app called 3D Creator. 3D Creator, this is where, so Debbie logs in just like what she does with the 3D Experience platform, and she sees there is a task that is being assigned to Debbie. So as soon as she opens up, this is the task that is being assigned. She puts it to in work status. When she puts this to an in work or in progress status, it means that the notification will be sent to Pete saying that the work has been started, and they can be rest assured that it can be completed on time. So she immediately goes to her X application. This is again an X app that is there on the cloud itself. So it works on the same lingos of what SolidWorks works. And immediately she's up to the process. She sees and everything based on the inputs that is being given to her. She immediately creates all the required parts and assembly over here. As you can see here, it does like typical same job what your regular CAD does. And on top of it, you can also add the features. So with the reference geometries and with all those things, you can also add some of the fillets to make it more manufacturably easy for her. So she's adding some of the fillets that makes it more easy and simple than ever before. And she can also add some of the mirror features that is there in the regular CAD of SolidWorks. So you can see these are the features that she adds. Even you can constrain your designs on the cloud. Doesn't take much time for you to do that and set the angles, dimensions, and even the cutouts. At any point of time, you can make a solid block, whether you want to create a Boolean operations out of it, or you want to create a revolve options out of it. Yes, you can do that pretty much everything in the 3D creator. And here she does the revolve option, and once she does that, the entire stand is being created. Now you can see here she wants to make this particular assembly with the part that she has bought in over here, and she can apply the mates just like what we do it in the regular SolidWorks CAD. And we apply the mates. Post applying the mate, her work is pretty much done. And now she needs to make a few more changes for the assembly. For example, the cutout that she needs to make at any point of time. This is also pretty much parametric. So you can make the changes on the fly over the cloud itself. So this is the best advantage of the 3D Creator app. So once the project is completed with all the projects done, she can also put her deliverables right on the fly. So it doesn't really require to create a separate application and all that, or doubt in the same application that is being given to her. Why is it really required? In case the first thing is the reviewer can straight away look into it, and the person who is dependent, in case if there is a dependency task attached to this, immediately that is also taken into account. So now that is done, Debbie's work is done. Now Dawn takes over this particular task. That is the sculptor design that we saw that initially with the X-shape apps. This is the drawings that he did. See, usually when I talk about the product designing or the product concept designing designs, you always see designs. They start with the initial hand sketch. So once the hand sketch is done, then they start with the typical CAD environment. That time, usually concept designers have a kind of a difficult task. This is where the hybrid modeling of 3D experience, that is the X-shape, what we call it, has literally changed the game. So it is just a push and pull method, just for a typical concept designer who doesn't really require much of a CAD knowledge. All he requires is just to understand the concept and start creating the models based on this. So once he creates that, he can also see where exactly the draft angles, those things can also be created, and everything happens in the same window, just like what SolidWorks used to do with its initial gateways, whether it could be mold flow designs or it could be Wellman's designs. Everything happens in the same window, right? Just like that, X-shape and xDesign, everything happens in the same window, and the transition is pretty smooth and easy. Now the task is completed. Now he moves on to the X-shape design. So as I said earlier, it all happens in the same go. Doesn't have to juggle around with different applications. So he needs to add some features over here to his concept design. Yes, he can do that with the X Creator or the previous applications which I showcased you about. So it works on the same lines like what we do create in SolidWorks, but a few, I can say, an advanced options over here. Now, he adds a few fillets over here with the existing one and also creates a shell for this particular component. So once that is done, his concept is pretty much ready. Now he brings this particular part file inside the main assemblies, GAssembly, what we call. But he can attach it over the fly over here. He'll attach the file which needs to be done, and so that Pete can first do the review of this particular project, what he has done, and based on that we can give the feedback. So now the work is done. So what's next? Now this is where the Adam steps in. He's going to do the simulation. When my concepts and designs are ready, then the simulation guys kick in, right? They are the guys who are going to see whether our designs really stand the load, or is it good enough to be put under the customer's arms. So this is where the Adam will check whether the designs can be done, or whether the designs what we designed over here, that monitor stand, is it good enough to withstand the load. So that Adam usually checks it out with the 3D Experience platform. He opens up with the 3D Experience. He creates the Adam. He just goes to his 3D Experience Similia that we have, and he checks what exactly the load, how does the load perform over here, and based on the inputs given from Adams, the designs are getting collaborated. And again, as I said, even the analysis can be done on the cloud or off the cloud with the help of 3D Experience. Now that is done, the final project has to be reviewed. With that, Pete comes in. Pete checks the entire project. So he just goes to the project and he checks what is everything is being pretty much done, or is there any changes to be made. So based on the base cover that is being given to Pete by Don, so he'll just check whether the designs is good enough to work on it. So post that is done, he takes a snapshot of it and he sees this and reviews the file. So does Pete require a CAD license to review the designs? Not really. With the help of 3D Experience app, again 3D Play app, you have some of the cool tools inside your web browser itself, where you can open that and you can view that on the fly, and you can release the files so that nobody can edit those final files or the final assemblies over here. Now that is done, what comes the next step? There is one more feature that I wanted to very much showcase, that is the 3D marketplace. So how about the purchasing of the component? 3D marketplace literally takes this purchasing components or searching the components to another level, where you can browse the same geometric application search window to your 3D application, and it will give you the standbys and add-ins over there, and you can compare the documents as well. So you can compare the tool between one another, and we can compare the FEA analysis as well. So that is what 3D marketplace does. That it just goes to your particular browser, searches the tool, and once this tool is searched, you can give the what are the finish that we need, and based on the inputs, you can even compare the between one revision to another revision. So this is also something the 3D Experience is very cool at doing it. You can compare the one revision another revision through a 3D model, something that was never done before. So this is what I wanted to briefly talk about the 3D Experience application. So to achieve all this, what are the roles that were being used? As I said earlier, it is a kind of a building blocks over here with the help of CBI and the collaborative industry innovator and the project planner and the 3D sculptor. We used multiple applications which were brought under the single window of 3D Experience. So and what are the advantages of 3D Experience platform? It is a native cloud application which can no need for any kind of installation happening over here. At the same time, you can use any of your just a browser application anywhere. You can access it from anywhere. How safe is it? It is 100% safe, because we are giving first thing is it is all the data solutions or the data storage that we are providing you is from the Amazon Web Services. On top of it, 3D Experience will be bridging the gap between your Amazon and to your user interface, because we are going to give you the platform as an access. So it's kind of a two-layer protection that you're going to have for your data security, and we will make sure that 3D Experience has made sure that there is no compromise on the data security, because it works on the completely on a tenant access, where you need to have a login credentials, only then you can log into this particular thing. And when I talk about cloud solutions, people have this rough figment of having a public cloud, like kind of Facebook, Twitter, and all that. See, Facebook and Twitter cloud application is kind of a public cloud. What we are talking now is kind of a hybrid cloud, that is a culmination of both the public and the private storage space, where though people you can access from anywhere, only the selected number of people with the credentials, or only if you have the access to that particular tenant, then only you can get into the your access the data that you are put inside your tenant. Otherwise, it's not possible to do that. So this is where the hybrid cloud kicks in and gives the best security to the users. So I'm pretty much done with the uh, 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 presentation. Let's take a few questions. So any questions from the audience?
Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. This is Praveen here from Beacon. I'm the colleague of Madhusudan, taking care of 3D Experience portfolio business. A warm welcome, and I hope you have enjoyed the webinar till now, and you have got a lot of information. Just to reiterate the things, this 3D Experience platform is a versatile business experience platform providing software solutions for every department in the company, not just for design or not just for manufacturing. It connects the end to end, from engineering to marketing to sales. It's a kind of right from the cradle to grave, right from the beginning of the project to where the product reaches the end user or the deliveries and so on. So it helps also in the value creation process to create a differentiating consumer experiences, where it is available on a public cloud for SOLIDWORKS customers, also that powers the whole 3ds portfolios of offerings. Like 3D Experience platform, what you have seen, and maybe you can see also in the websites, that it connects people, ideas, data, and solutions in real time, so that everything happening around us is collaborated, and it gives you the same view of business operations to every single stakeholder as a single source of truth. So this is we believe that it is essential to achieve the most efficient collaboration and the highest level of execution in any organization. It also gives you the social collaboration that are fully integrated on the platform and connected with all the 3ds applications, which represents a real asset to drive your business in a comprehensive way. So when I say this, what is more efficient here? It comes with the 4 different dimensions. 3D Experience platform. Platform is the base where you have the business innovators and industry innovators, which roles, these are based on roles and applications where Madhu had indicated earlier. So these roles are what I'm calling it as collaborative business innovator, or industry innovator, or project planner, or it could be, designer, structural designer, fluid mechanics designer. So these are the roles, and when I have those roles on the platform, I just get the relevant apps which helps us to execute that particular role in a very effective manner. So as I was telling, it comes in 4 different categories, that is design, governance, manufacturing, and simulation. I would say simulation and manufacturing. Design, governance, simulation, and manufacturing, which completes the process, any process, where it works on the complete SaaS model, that is software as a service model. And any technology is disruptive, and it is going to be the future. So we are at the Dassault Systems and Beacon as a valued channel partner to Dassault Systems suite of solutions. We are trying our best and putting all the efforts to make it reach to the right people, to make use of this technology and solutions at a very effective way. In terms of this, as a promotion, we have a lot of promotional offers running through in this quarter, where it can be PLM solutions which relates to governance, or design solutions which and where you have a complete online solutions, or a hybrid solution of using your CAD on the browser or on the premise. It's in a hybrid way. And you have all the PLM connectors for the existing SolidWorks desktop solutions, where you can collaborate your life cycle, that is your design process, and also you can simulate, you can validate your designs on the browser just on the go. And as Madhu might have already shown, it is independent of any hardware or any servers, because it will be hosted on a cloud. So please let us know, or please don't hesitate to reach to us if you're willing to adapt early and be ready when the entire world around us is on the platform. We will also be the forerunners of having this technology, and we are already ahead of the technology. Based on that, we are offering a lot of promotional offers where we would want or we would evangelize this to reach to all our customers, where they can make use of the technology in a very effective way. So please reach out to us if you are interested. We have a lot of promotional offers where we can work together. We can implement this new technology at your organizations, and we can succeed together. Thank you. Over to Madhusudan.
Thanks, sir. Thanks for the thing. I have a question actually from Mr. Curry saying that can we customize the models? I mean, scripting and CAD automation. See here, the concept of customization models doesn't come because the idea here is everything it is on an app based. Can we do any kind of a customization? Yes, it can be done through a JavaScripting, but as I said earlier, here the automation doesn't come because it is on the fly. At the same time, this application keeps coming up with new. This is an SDLC format, that is an agile way of promoting this product as the world is moving towards that. Agile. What do I mean by agile products? These are products that keeps happening, the updates right on then and there. Like we don't need to wait for a year or 2 years like a regular desktop solutions. Here it happens on the instance. The patches are regularly given to the customer. So as and when we take the any kind of inputs from the client, we would be able to develop that, and we have so many applications. If I could briefly roughly say, we have around 500 applications inside 3D Experience. That is the power of 3D Experience that we have. So this can customize most of your queries. There can be answered with each of the apps that we have. So CAD customization or the automation with the regular automation part that what you see may not be required here. So hopefully that answered your question.
Well, I'm Praveen again here, and I'm sorry, I forgot to mention one more very important point here, that when I say SaaS, that is software as a service model, the licensing or the roles are in a different way here, where you can use it as and when you require it. That means you can use it for the licensing model structure is like quarterly service and yearly service, or primary service, where primary service and annual service is also available, which means that you can use it as minimum as for 3 months, or as maximum as 5 years. That is the primary service charge plus annual service charges. So also yearly service is available for any roles, and the collaborative business innovator is the base role for the platform. Based on that, the building blocks, whatever the roles you are looking for, can be added into it.
Okay, thanks, sir, for just briefing about that. That's rightly mentioned, as Praveen so rightly mentioned, that this is an application that works on the SaaS model, because it works on the agile methodology of developing the software as a service. And when I talk about the updates as well, you don't need to deploy anything over here. Everything gets instantly done through the browser itself. You just go and click on that particular updates, just like your Windows patch button gets updated instantaneously. This also happens in the same way. And any more questions from the audience? We would be love to answer your queries. That's the reason we just gave around 10 or 15 minutes additional way, so that I summed it up a little bit early so that I can hear it from the audience. So I can have a few more so that I can answer your queries on that. So we'll wait for a couple of minutes. So if there are no questions, then we'll just move on. And one more important thing that I just wanted to tell you guys, that in case if you want to reach out, we have our mail IDs. I just put the mail IDs, relevant mail IDs. That is Mr. Praveen sir's mail ID. You can reach him out. So I'm just putting it in the chat box. Apart from that, we do have some great offers as well that can help you guys get started with the 3D experience. Because the reason I say that, now people are going towards the same mode. everybody are talking about a platform as a service. People want to don't want to manage their servers anymore. Serverless businesses is something that is catching up with a lot of things because of the availability of some of the cool stuff that we have, like AWS and all that. In the similar way, this is all something that 3D experience is also something that wants to be the Amazon for the CAD industries. So this is a great platform to start with. Yes. There is a question from Mr. Somanakuri saying that can we access 3D experience on a trial basis for a month? So I think we can, sir, I think Praveen sir would answer that query regarding that, because as of now, I suppose there is, because this is a completely a SaaS model, so that works on as a service. So
I will talk to the principals on this, and I'll get back to you, sir. We will communicate to you through email.
So any more questions from the audience? We would love to answer your queries. Okay, I think no more questions from the audience. At any point of time, you need a few more queries, and I mean, you want to see a demo on this any of the products that I showcase, or you want to know what exactly 3D Experience platform. Please feel free to call us and get in touch with us. We will help you out. We will help you out that how we best we can help you out in adapting this particular new technology. So with that, I'm gonna wrap up this session. I really want to thank each and every one of the candidates who have attended this today's webinar. Thanks for your patience and thanks for your time given today for us. I hope you enjoyed the webinar. At any point of time you want to hear back from us, so please do drop us your mail IDs or your phone number so that we'll get in touch with you and help you out how best we can make this technology be available for you. So thanks guys. Thanks everyone. You've been a wonderful audience. Thanks.